On the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Purdy going to the air right away. And his first pass is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Throwing here, Purdy. Being chased out left. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead as that leads us to 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry here for Ken Walker. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Darnold. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk 1st.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. To throw is Darnold. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Darnold now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. Back to throw, Purdy. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And they will take over 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Darnold. Open man, there's Bobo. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. So first and goal now from the 7-yard line, as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now it's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go play action here. Purdy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jaron Reed able to get in there and drop him behind the line. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Here's Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Purdy looking to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And going right back to Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. This now a 3rd and 4. From the 50, it's Darnold. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Darnold. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And to the 22-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Purdy off the play fake. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end. Purdy now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Purdy. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Shotgun now with Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 6 yards away. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold to throw again. Walker with a grab, left side. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride too, you know. 3 straight 1st down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
This a 2nd and 8. Darnold from the gun. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen, but this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
2nd down and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Darnold now to throw. He completes this to Walker. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Play action. It's Darnold. A quick throw there is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Purdy from the gun. He's got Ayuk once again. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's third down. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And his kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Walker to start the drive. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And Walker has it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Second and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got a man. That's Ayuk. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's taken to the 26. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. This will be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Purdy. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The play fake, and it's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Faking the give, Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. There he goes, left side. Fighting his way through contact. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Shotgun now with Purdy. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Purdy. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now Moody for the PAT.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to... And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
To throw is Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the 49ers settling in for their next drive.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Through the middle of the field. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings, 65 yards. And the Niners use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And out now come the Seahawks. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync. And the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Off of play action, Darnold going up top for Kupp. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 8 and a first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. Completes it to Jennings. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Operating from the gun, Purdy.
That's complete to Pearsall.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Purdy off the play fake. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point try now for Moody.
And the lead is up to 14.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Now it's Darnold.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Darnold now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. First target, first catch, and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Steps away to his left, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here's Darnold.
He completes this to Walker.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
A big play looming on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Touchdown!
Jake Bobo.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Getting down to the end of this one here, Charles. That touchdown, though, gives them a glimmer of hope.
Without a doubt, because all had appeared lost, but that touchdown puts them right back in it with plenty of hope and a little more optimism.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey.
And he will have a Niners first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.